You probably have a small jar of cloves tucked away in your kitchen, maybe sitting quietly among your other spices, waiting for the next time you bake or cook something special. But have you ever stopped to wonder what cloves actually are, or where they come from? They're more than just a holiday spice or a flavoring for desserts. Cloves are the dried flower buds of the Syzygium aromaticum tree, a plant native to Indonesia's legendary spice islands. These tiny buds are harvested by hand before they bloom, then sun-dried until they turn that deep, rich brown we recognize. For centuries, cloves have been treasured not just for their bold, warming flavor, but also for their remarkable health benefits. They've traveled the world, traded as precious cargo, and found their way into kitchens and medicine cabinets everywhere. The secret behind their power is a natural compound called eugenol. This potent chemical is known for its ability to fight germs, reduce swelling, and even act as a mild anesthetic. That's why clove oil has been used in dentistry for generations to soothe toothaches. It numbs pain, fights bacteria, and helps keep your mouth healthy. Cloves are also loaded with antioxidants, which help protect your cells from damage caused by everyday stress, pollution, and even aging. In fact, they're one of the most antioxidant-rich spices you can find. When you steep whole cloves in hot water, you unlock these powerful benefits in a soothing, aromatic tea that's both comforting and good for you. People around the world drink clove tea to support digestion, ease bloating, and even help boost their immune system during cold and flu season. Some even find that a warm cup of clove tea before bed helps them relax and drift off to sleep more easily. It's a simple, natural way to care for your body, and it fits easily into any daily routine. Cloves are incredibly potent, a little goes a long way, so you only need a few to make a difference. They're also a great source of manganese, a mineral that's essential for healthy brain function and strong bones. Plus, cloves provide vitamin K and fiber, which support blood health and digestion. Turning this common spice into a nightly tea is a wellness habit that's been trusted and passed down for generations, connecting families and cultures. Of course, before starting any new health routine, it's always smart to know exactly what you're putting in your body, and to check with a healthcare professional if you have any concerns. Clove tea is a natural, time-tested choice that's both delicious and beneficial. By making it a nightly ritual, you're not just enjoying a cup of tea, you're tapping into centuries of tradition and self-care. I was genuinely excited to see what this simple habit could do for me, both physically and mentally. So I decided to try a month-long experiment with clove tea. Here's what happened and what I discovered along the way. I'm always searching for simple, practical ways to boost my health and well-being, especially those that fit easily into a busy lifestyle. There's so much advice out there, but I love finding small habits that can make a real difference. Lately, clove tea kept popping up in conversations with friends and colleagues. It seemed like everyone had a story about how it helped them feel better. People raved about better sleep, smoother digestion, and feeling more balanced overall. Some even mentioned fewer sugar cravings and a calmer mind. As a doctor, I'm naturally curious about these claims, so I decided to put it to the test. 1 cup of clove tea every night for a month, no exceptions. I tracked my sleep, energy, digestion, and mood in a daily journal, jotting down even the smallest changes I noticed. My goal wasn't to find a miracle cure, just to see if this simple ritual could bring small, positive shifts in my overall well-being and daily routine. I started on the first of the month for easy tracking, making it part of my nightly wind-down. Life is busy and stressful, and I hoped this new ritual would offer a moment of calm and mindfulness at the end of each day. I bought high-quality organic whole cloves, wanting to give myself the best chance at real results. To stay on track, I set a nightly reminder on my phone so I wouldn't forget, even on the busiest evenings. Consistency was key. I didn't want to miss a single night, no matter what else was going on. I approached the experiment with an open mind, ready to notice whatever happened, whether the changes were big or small. Sometimes the best health tools are right in our kitchens, waiting to be discovered among the everyday ingredients we often overlook. With everything ready and my intentions set, I began my month-long journey with clove tea, curious and hopeful. The experiment was simple: observe, reflect, and see if this ancient spice could make a noticeable difference in my life. I was genuinely eager to see what would happen, and whether this small nightly habit could add up to something meaningful. Here's how I made my nightly cup. Let's get brewing and see where this journey leads. Making clove tea became more than just a habit for me. It became a cherished ritual, a small act of self-care that I looked forward to every day. It quickly became my favorite part of the evening, a gentle pause that signaled the end of a busy day. About an hour before bed, I'd head to the kitchen for this calming ritual, letting the soft glow of the lights and the quiet of the night set the mood. I measured out 1 teaspoon, usually 6 to 8 whole cloves, and dropped them into my favorite mug, the one that always felt just right in my hands. Some people prefer to crush the cloves for a stronger flavor, but I like to keep them whole, enjoying the subtlety and the ritual of watching them steep. I poured 8 ounces of boiling water over the cloves, and immediately, a warm, spicy aroma filled the air, making the kitchen feel even cozier. Covering the mug with a plate helped trap the steam and essential oils, ensuring every bit of flavor and goodness stayed in the cup. While the tea steeped for 10 to 15 minutes, I'd use that time to stretch, read a few pages of a book, or simply breathe and unwind, letting the anticipation build. Once the tea was ready, I strained out the cloves and poured the fragrant liquid into my cup, choosing to drink it plain, no sugar, honey, or lemon, just the pure, spiced flavor. The amber color was beautiful, and the warm, spicy taste quickly grew on me, becoming something I craved at the end of each day. Sipping slowly, I found the flavor comforting and the warmth relaxing, melting away any lingering stress from the day. This simple act helped me disconnect from the noise and busyness, creating a peaceful space to prepare for rest. The process was easy, almost meditative, but the impact on my mood and sleep was surprisingly powerful. It became a nightly signal to unwind, a gentle reminder to slow down and care for myself. The ritual itself was as valuable as the tea, giving me a sense of comfort and mindfulness that lasted long after the last sip. I found myself looking forward to it every night, eager for that moment of calm and warmth. After a week of this new routine, I started to notice subtle changes in how I felt, both physically and mentally. Here's how my body and mind responded to this simple, soothing ritual. The first week was all about adjusting to the bold, spicy flavor of clove tea. At first, the taste was strong, but by midweek it became a comforting end-of-day signal. Sleep didn't change dramatically, but I noticed I fell asleep a bit faster. The tea's warmth brought a sense of calm, quieting my mind before bed. My energy during the day stayed about the same, but I did notice less evening bloating. The tea seemed to gently soothe my stomach after dinner. The biggest change was simply making time for this nightly ritual. It forced me to slow down and enjoy a quiet moment. No major transformations yet, but the subtle shifts were encouraging. The habit itself felt positive. I was curious to see if these small changes would grow. Week 1 was about building the routine. The foundation was set. I was ready for week 2. Here's what happened next. By week 2, my clove tea ritual was second nature. The spicy flavor became a welcome friend, and the aroma signaled relaxation. The most noticeable change was in my sleep. I fell back asleep faster after waking up at night. Mornings felt easier, with less grogginess and more refreshment. My mood improved, I felt calmer and less reactive to stress. Small annoyances didn't bother me as much. The tea seemed to help me manage stress, both at night and during the day. Digestion continued to improve, with less bloating and a settled stomach. No negative side effects, just gentle, consistent benefits. Week 2 felt like a turning point. The subtle hints from week 1 became clearer. I was genuinely feeling better. The ritual was now a highlight of my day. I was becoming a true believer in this simple habit. On to week 3. By week 3, the benefits of clove tea were stacking up. My sleep was deeper, and I woke up truly rested. I no longer needed a second cup of coffee. My energy was steady all day. Digestion improved even more. Everything felt regular and comfortable. The anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties of cloves seemed to support gut health. An unexpected bonus: my mouth felt cleaner and my breath was fresher in the mornings. The tea's eugenol likely played a role in this. Small improvements added up to a big difference in how I felt. The ritual was now a cherished part of my routine. I was convinced this simple spice was making a real impact. I looked forward to the final week. What else could change? Let's find out. The final week felt like a celebration of all the positive changes. My nightly clove tea was effortless and deeply comforting. Sleep was the best it had been in years, deep, uninterrupted, and restorative. I woke up sharp, focused, and ready for the day. Mental clarity and creativity improved, showing how sleep affects everything. My energy stayed high and stable, with no afternoon slump. Digestion was smooth and my body felt balanced. My mood was calm and resilient to stress. Reflecting on the month, I was amazed by the impact of such a simple habit. No fancy gadgets or expensive supplements, just cloves, hot water, and consistency. The results were clear. This ritual had a powerful, holistic effect on my health. I was grateful for the journey. Here's what I learned about the benefits and potential side effects. After a month of clove tea, the biggest benefits were better sleep, stable energy, improved digestion, and a calmer mood. Cloves are rich in antioxidants and eugenol, which fight inflammation and support overall health. The ritual itself also helped me relax and prepare for sleep. But cloves are potent. Too much can be harmful. High doses of eugenol can affect the liver, so stick to a small amount, like 1 teaspoon of whole cloves per cup. Some people may be allergic, and those on blood thinners should consult a doctor first. I experienced no negative side effects by keeping my dose reasonable. Everyone's body is different, so start slow and pay attention to how you feel. If you notice any unusual symptoms, stop and talk to your doctor. Health is about balance and listening to your body. For me, clove tea was safe and effective. It's a simple way to support wellness, but always use common sense. Now, should you try it? Here's my advice. My 30-day journey with clove tea was a success. This simple, natural habit made a real difference in my sleep, energy, digestion, and mood. The nightly ritual became a cherished moment of self-care. I recommend clove tea for anyone seeking better sleep, digestion, or a calming routine, especially if you enjoy spicy flavors. The benefits are gradual and build with consistency. Start slowly, with a few cups a week and a small amount of whole cloves. Listen to your body and adjust as needed. Always check with your doctor if you have health conditions or take medications. Your safety comes first. For me, clove tea earned a permanent place in my wellness routine. If you try it, I hope you find it as comforting and beneficial as I did. Sometimes the best solutions are the simplest. Here's to your health, one warm, spicy cup at a time. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Cheers!